So let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin. It's sitting at $110,000 right now. It's 110,800. We had yesterday shared our target of $110,000 to go and create the new all-time high, because yesterday I talked about this thing extensively. From extensively, I mean that I mentioned how it is continuously holding the area of 102,500. This is the area of support. I mentioned how none of the times it didn't close any single candle below it, and these are the wicks, but we are only concerned about the bodies of the candles. We didn't see that happening, and we always need 2 daily closings below the area only to conclude that okay, this area is losing. At the same time, we talked about another thing, which is the behavior of Bitcoin. When Bitcoin starts capturing an area and it spends like almost 2 weeks, then it rallies. It spends 2 weeks and then it rallies, and we discussed about this yesterday as well. You can go and watch the bloody video. So Bitcoin has literally followed through with the pattern. There is nothing as such different that you would look at, and it would look different. Even if you look at here, it is following through. Now the thing about this structure is that this structure does collapse eventually, but we will talk about that a bit later in the video. Right now it is just to prove the point that we discussed yesterday, and fortunately today it happened. Yesterday I did talk about the fact that it has completed its time, so any day now Bitcoin needs to make a decision. Our first target was $110,000 because 109 was the all-time high. So 10 only made sense. But of course, Bitcoin went and it hit the area of $111,000, 880. It did over deliver. But that doesn't mean that we have given up on Bitcoin. Now the question should be, where do we go from here? Well, the answer is simple. As long as Bitcoin continues to hold this area of 110, which it has just started, we need 2 daily closings above the area of $110,000 to expect Bitcoin to be on the journey towards $120,000, because I have mentioned this previously as well. That the overall bigger target that I have for Bitcoin is 120. And today, luckily, in my VIP group, when I was going through my old discussions in the group, I saw that this is the belief that I had on 26th of November last year as well. 120 was my peak, and it is still the same case scenario for me with Bitcoin. 120 is the peak. I'll change my opinion once I see how it behaves on 120 and once we get there. At this stage, my only concern is stabilization on 110. If Bitcoin doesn't stabilize on 110, then I wouldn't care about 105 or anything. Then your only support is 102,500. You will see a dramatic drop from Bitcoin towards 102,500, and then the last support is 97,300. If these supports don't hold, then we will be basically starting the $70,000 journey, again something we talked about yesterday. And then at 70, I would see that can we stretch to 50 or not. And that's pretty much it with Bitcoin. There is another thing that is happening in Bitcoin. You can go and argue about it, and this is it doesn't mean anything, but you see a lot of people on internet talking about shapes, so I might as well go and do the same bullshit. If you look at it, this is your 2021. You have a 2 peak situation, 1 peak, then it dropped, then the second peak, and then it was a shit show. Right now, you have 1 peak. This is your second peak. If this peak turns around, okay, it is going to be a really fun experience. This is your neckline. It comes here, and then at the neckline is at what? It is close to $74,000. So at $74,000 is your neckline. If it breaks through, just like it had a neckline and then it went to 18,000 or so, over here when it breaks through this neckline, it will easily go towards $50,000, no questions asked, as a case scenario. And then I will see, can it go further low and go and hit the $32,000 or not. We'll get into that exaggerated statement once we get there. We are covering Bitcoin on a daily basis anyway. I just wanted to give you the larger perspective. And that's pretty much it with Bitcoin. There is nothing else to add. For it to go to 120, hold above $110,000 for 2 days. If it doesn't do that, prepare for 102,500. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or I have touched on a topic and you expect me to explain a bit more, I'll try my best to explain that to you in the comments. Leave a comment, and I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, because if you're not interacting with the video or if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see all the 10 videos that I make every day. You're going to miss out on it, and I think you are educated enough to understand what to subscribe and what not to, because if you want to miss out on it, then why not? It's for your own good, and you should know better what is good for you.